Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Jeremy. So I was sitting here at the dining table, enjoying my morning coffee and kind of watching the fish like I do most mornings, and kind of, thought to myself I hadn't uploaded anything in quite a while, so I thought I'd, just give you guys something to look at to see, what's been going on, which admittedly hasn't been much, to be honest. Right now I'm showing you guys the 50-gallon saltwater tank. You can see some of the fish up front are, kind of nibbling on the algae I've got clipped to the tank right there. Surprisingly, I didn't know this, but the wrasses actually nibble on it. I thought they were almost 100% carnivorous, but surprisingly, they do eat at it. Even that mean mystery wrasse right there who's bothering the angelfish, he nibbles on it from time to time. So that's one interesting thing I learned. But I'll back it up here a little bit. The main change I made to the tank was I removed a lot of rock actually from the tank. It was stacked pretty high up here, but what I was noticing was it was really obstructing the water flow and the circulation in the tank. There were a lot of dead spots being created just because the rock was blocking some of the flow. So I took out a bunch of big pieces, and now I have more of a longer low-lying scape, and it's worked out much better. I'm really happy with it now. Basically, that's the WP25. It's on pulse wave mode right now, and it gets all the way to about here, and it meets the outflow from this side of the tank where the MP10 and the pump outlet are actually aiming. So it creates a lot of chaotic random flow right here, which is really good for the tank. And I saw almost immediate improvement in the water quality. Right now, it's so clear, it almost looks like they're swimming in air, because of the blue background. It's kind of deceptive, unless you looked at the surface, you almost can't tell there's water in the tank. But yeah, so it's a lot healthier now, and that's really good for the coral. But fish-wise, you can see the 4 fish up in the front right here. I actually haven't added anything in probably 2 or 3 months. They just seem to, kind of have their hierarchy set, and for the most part, they don't bother each other too much, and they're all healthy and doing well. So, kind of don't want to mess with it. The success so far of the fish. I went through a period, probably 4 or 5 months ago, where I had 3 or 4 deaths, it seemed like, and couldn't really explain it. So, haven't added anything since then. The coral are doing okay. It's not like this is a full-blown packed, reef or anything. I'm still running the Current Marine Orbit LED, which is it's an okay light. I mean, it works perfectly fine, but for probably 99% of tanks, it won't work for SPS just because it's underpowered for the most part. The one coral that actually does really well is this red planet right here, which for whatever reason just grows under it. The color's not very good. It kind of looks more purplish than the red and green it's supposed to look like, but it might be because, there's just kind of, royal blues and white LEDs, so there's not much color LEDs in there. There's another piece down here, actually. The reason it's down there so far from the light is because this rock was actually flipped the other way, closer to the light, but encrusted on there, so I can't take it off. What else? There's some zoas right here. This piece was actually doing it until I broke it. You can see that white, but I snapped it when I was moving it on accident, so that sucked. I put the piece down here, but I don't know if it's going to make it. Let's see, there's 2 more right there. We're just kind of chilling, not really growing, but not dying. And then there's some zoas right there. So as you can see, it's not like, an insane reef. Is there coral in there? Yes. But am I ever going to have, really fast growth? Absolutely not. So, that's not really what this tank's meant for. It's just kind of, more for the fish rather than the coral. But yeah, the biggest thing is, once the tank is set up and stabilized, and as long as you have the right equipment running, saltwater's no more difficult than a planted freshwater tank is. It's really not. I mean, as long as you understand, the parameters and, keep up on your water changes, you'll be fine. But yeah, so that's what the saltwater tank looks like. The next tank I'll show you guys is the planted freshwater tank that I have set up at the moment. So thanks for watching and stay tuned.